Listen, if you really want your life to change, stop waiting to be rescued and start acting like your own savior. Because what if the reason you feel stuck is that you are still waiting for someone else to live your life for you? And no matter how brutal it sounds, no one is coming to fix the loneliness, the debt, or the chaos. This is on you. And the moment you stop waiting for rescue, you start rebuilding everything that's broken. So let me guide you through your own savior rescue plan. 1. The hidden lie that keeps you powerless. If you've been waiting to be rescued, it's time to rewrite that story. Let me show you the hidden message behind what you are doing to yourself. When you tell yourself, I'll start when I feel ready, what you mean is, I don't trust myself to handle what happens next. When you say, it's not my fault, what you really mean is, I don't believe I have the power to change it. To escape discomfort, you delay. And that momentary relief, your brain records it as a win. Avoidance works. Repeat that often enough, and you train yourself into learned helplessness, the belief that your efforts, no matter how small, don't matter. You stop trying. Not because you're too lazy, but because your nervous system has learned. Inaction and waiting feel safer than failure. Waiting isn't protection. It's avoidance of taking that first step. It's hoping the right person, moment, or mood will arrive and change your life for you. Think about it. A lion doesn't wait for perfect weather to hunt. It moves because movement is in their nature, and so is yours. Ask yourself this question. If no one were coming to fix this, what would be my next step, no matter how small? 2. Why you wait when you should move. You already know the surface reason you wait to be rescued, but underneath that, there's something far more personal. You learned that being saved feels safer than being responsible for your life. From childhood, most of us were rewarded for obedience, not initiative. We were told, wait until you're told, don't make mistakes, someone older knows better. When life gets hard, that old programming takes over. That's when your brain is scanning for someone stronger or wiser to take over, the same way you once looked to a parent or teacher. When you don't trust your ability to calm yourself after setbacks, you unconsciously wait for a rescuer who can soothe you instead. In real life, it looks like this. You delay making decisions until someone else decides first. You tell yourself you're thinking it through, when really you're hoping someone else will quietly fix it. And honestly, there's a comfort in that. Waiting brings relief, no pressure, no mistakes and no blame. You get to feel temporarily safe. But there is also cost. You also stay exactly where you are. If you want to move, you need to see the pattern clearly. Ask yourself those questions. When I wait, what am I really avoiding? Discomfort, failure, or responsibility? What do I secretly hope will happen if I wait long enough? Most people realize they're not waiting for answers, they are waiting for permission. Once you understand that, you need to retrain your brain to see movement as safety gain. Think of it like this. When you move even a little, your brain gets proof that the world doesn't collapse when you take charge. Each step you take tells your brain, we're okay, we can handle life. So the point is to prove to your brain that it doesn't need a rescuer anymore because it finally has you. 3. The power inside you. What if I told you the rescue plan you've been waiting for is actually you? The moment you stop waiting for someone else to fix your life and decide it's your move, everything starts to change. Here's why it helps. When you take responsibility, you stop looking for someone to save you and start noticing what you can do next. That small shift pulls you out of helplessness and back into control. Responsibility might feel heavy, like you're being asked to carry every problem on your back. But the truth is, the moment you pick it up, you realize it's not as heavy as you feared. It's like unpacking a suitcase you've been dragging for years. And once you open it, you see what's inside. Those are the lessons, choices, the strength you forgot you had. So responsibility isn't the weight. Avoidance is. When you start unpacking it, you make space for clarity, peace, and movement. Look back at everything that's ever happened to you, the good, the painful, or the unfair. In every moment, there was a tiny space where you decided how to see it. That space is where your power lives. It's where you stop being a spectator of your life and become an active creator of it. Now try this simple strategy. First, notice the pattern. When do you keep saying there's nothing I can do? Second, find one thing. Ask yourself, what's one small thing that is in my control? And third, do it. Take one step. Even the smallest action proves you can move. If you keep doing this for a week, you'll start feeling lighter. Not because life suddenly got easy, but because you finally stopped waiting for rescue. This approach is different because it's about that quiet power, the kind that comes from doing something, even when no one else shows up. 4. The moment you stop waiting for others. When you keep expecting others to fix what they didn't break, you set yourself up for quiet heartbreak. And that's when the mind goes into victim mode. If no one's coming, maybe I don't matter. But here's the truth. Expectations are invisible contracts that the other person never agreed to sign. The more you wait for others to meet your needs, the further you drift from your own power. It's not about becoming cold or detached. It's about becoming realistic. People act from their level of awareness, not from your level of hope. When you stop waiting for someone else to save you, you finally have the energy to save yourself. Ask yourself those questions. Who have I been silently expecting to fix something only I can face? What would change if I stopped waiting for them and started showing up for myself? That's the moment you stop mistaking disappointment and start rebuilding trust in you. 5. The systems that keep you stuck. Waiting became your coping system, but that system doesn't protect you, it traps you. Here's why it happens. Your brain learned that waiting brings relief. You get to avoid pressure, decisions, and possible failure. But that relief is temporary, like putting a bandage on a wound that needs stitches. You feel safe for a moment, but inside the problem keeps growing. The new system isn't about huge changes, it's about tiny movements that create proof. Each small action tells your brain, you see, I can handle this. It's like switching from being a passenger to holding the wheel, even if the road still looks messy. Responsibility and small actions are what rebuild the power you lost. They show your nervous system that motion equals safety again. So next time you catch yourself waiting, say this. I'm done waiting. I'll start with what I can do now. Then do one simple thing as a proof you're alive and capable. 6. The rescue plan in action. Let's talk about what happens after you stop waiting to be saved. That's where your savior kit comes in. Think of it like the emergency kit you keep in your car. When you're stuck on the side of the road, you don't wait for someone to drive by. You grab your kit and fix what you can until help arrives. Except this time, you are the help. What's in your savior kit grounding? When panic hits, use this technique to help you come back to the present. First, identify 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Second thing, micro moves. Do something small, like journal for 15 minutes about how you are feeling to give yourself a proof you can be in charge again. And then use your daily rescue proof tracker. Every night before sleep, write down 1 thing you handled today. Even tiny wins count. It's how you teach your brain, I save myself every day. Every time you use the kit, you interrupt the old pattern. The part of you that wants to wait or hope someone else will fix it. Each small action sends a new message to your brain. We're not helpless anymore. At first it feels strange, like driving a car that used to stall, but suddenly starts moving again. But keep using it, and that movement becomes normal. You stop needing rescuers because you finally trust your own hands. You start collecting what I call rescue proofs, moments that remind you, I did that. Over time, those proofs replace fear with confidence. You realize the person you were waiting for has been here all along, tired, maybe scared, but still capable. That's how the rescue plan works in real life. Not with big breakthroughs, but with small, repeated moments of courage that add up to freedom. So when life feels too much, don't wait for someone to help you out. Open your savior kit, because you're not just surviving anymore, you're saving yourself. 1 small rescue at a time. You might face bigger storms ahead, days when your savior kit won't feel like enough, when you'll need to reach for it again and again. That's normal. But don't throw it away when it's empty, just refill it. But this time, restock it with new tools, the things that calm you now, lessons you've learned, reminders of how far you've come. Because the more you use it, the stronger it becomes, and so do you. So stop waiting for rescue, because you are the rescue. If you want to become Healthy Mind CEO, hit subscribe and see you in the next video.